Hey guys, welcome to the Carnival of Values, and what am I going to be looking at today in the Carnival? It's Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns, brought to us by Activision in 1983. Now before I even start the game, let's talk a little bit about it. Now of course, I'm sure you all know, God, that sounded terrible, wow. But yeah, I'm sure you all know about Pitfall for the Atari 2600. It's one of the most well-known, most well-loved games of the Atari 2600. It stars Pitfall Harry as he goes around running and jumping and collecting treasure. And the demo was already kicked in. Yeah, this game has a demo. But why am I deciding to play this game in the Carnival of Values? Well, a few reasons. First of all, this is one of the very few Atari 2600 games which you can actually beat. Yes, you can achieve all of the objectives of the game and actually complete it. You're not just going for a high score until you get a game over, although you do have a score in the game, and getting a high score is obviously going to be one of the goals that you want to achieve. Second of all, this is just a freaking amazing game for the Atari 2600. It is huge and expansive, and the graphics are really terrific, the controls are tight, and the music is just spectacular. They were able to do such a huge game by actually being one of the first, if not the first game to implement something called bank switching, which allowed there to be basically more than one set of data on the cartridge and it could switch between the two. And they were able to do the amazing music by actually putting a special sound chip in the cartridge, which increased the size all the way up to 10 kilobytes, I believe making it the largest official Atari 2600 game. And another reason that I'm doing this in the Carnival of Values is, well, I just think that a lot more people should be exposed to it in this generation, although people from my generation are probably pretty familiar with it. But also because I want to beat the game, and I want to do it in one setting. I don't want to do episodes. And that's what the Carnival of Values is all about. So what's going on in this game? Well, you are Pitfall Harry, and you are exploring some ruins. You have three things that you want to do in these ruins. First of all, you want to find the mysterious Mirage Diamond, which is a really rare treasure or something. And second of all, you want to rescue your niece Rhonda, who has been kidnapped. And third of all, you want to rescue your pet tiger, Quickclaw, who has also been kidnapped. See him down there? That guy with a shaking tail and shaking legs? That's Quickclaw. That guy right down there, that is the end of the game. And we start right at the end of the game, right above the end of the game. It's wild. We'll have to go through a huge loop to hell and back before we get there, though. And this game is just really awesome. It's just, I remember spending so much time playing this. And you do basically have infinite lives in this game. I'll show you what happens when you die. I mean, I'm not going for a perfect run or a no-death run or anything, but let's just show you. You get sent back to the last checkpoint you were at, and you start, this is checkpoint number 1. I believe there's 6 in the game. And by doing that, I've also guaranteed that I'm not going to do a perfect run, yeah. So it's not going to be a no-death run. I'm not going to get every treasure. I am going to get the 3 treasures you're required to get to complete the game. The diamond, your niece, and your pet tiger. And I will get some of the gold that's not too far out of the way. And that thing I just jumped over was a scorpion. And there's a frog. The frogs are evil. They're probably the hardest enemies to deal with in this game. And we just keep going to the right here. We're not even in the dungeons yet. But we just keep going, and oh yeah, there we go. Gold. Very, what's the name for that shape? A rhombus? And these are holes in the ground. We don't want to fall down there, because once we get down into the dungeons, we won't be able to get back out. So I want to stay above ground until there's really no point to do so anymore. So avoid these holes. And unlike the original Pitfall, which just had one vertical screen split into an above ground and below ground, and the below ground only had scorpions and dead ends, this has many, many vertical levels. And let's go down right here. And also in this game is swimming. Yes, you can swim. Now check this out. Whoa! That guy's fast, and he pushes you back into the water. If we could only jump over him, then we could get to Quickclaw and pretty much beat the game. Although I don't know if you have to get the niece and the diamond to beat the game, or if you just have to get Quickclaw, but every time I've beaten the game, I've always gotten all 3 of them. But yeah, well, that is just such a tease back there. I remember as a young child probably spending literally hours trying to perfect the timing of jumping over him. And we just went down a waterfall, you noticed. that is officially the point of no return. We now cannot go back. We can never get back to that starting point unless we die, of course. But we should be hitting a checkpoint soon. There's 6 of them, so we're currently in, I guess you could call Section 1 of the game. I've just named the sections after the checkpoint, and that little stringy thing is an eel. And that white thing is a scorpion. They follow you around. And there's some gold, and checkpoint number 2. Yes, indeedly. We are now down in the caverns, the Lost Caverns, as the game is called. I guess they're not lost anymore, because we've certainly found them. And look at that, that scorpion is off screen, but he's still walking around. I mean, that took some processing power on the Atari 2600. The fact that they bothered to do that just shows how much wonderful effort was put into this game. And unfortunately, this was really the last good Pitfall game. We really don't even have to talk about Super Pitfall for the NES, do we? Although if the plot of this game sounds familiar, it's because the plot of this game was completely recycled into Super Pitfall. So Super Pitfall, in many ways, is, I guess you could call a reboot, not a reboot, an enhanced remake of this game, except to call it enhanced sucks. Yep. And I didn't mean to fall down those holes anyway, and as you can see, I got hit by a bat. Yeah, not a good start to my adventure. You can fall, and you suffer falling damage. See, I lost a little bit of gold there. And when you're falling straight down, you can guide your fall, but only very slightly and only sometimes. It's difficult to explain, but after you've fallen for a screen or two... Well, I missed a gold. After you've fallen for a screen or two, you'll suddenly gain the ability to control your fall. But only by a couple pixels at a time. Ah, God! Wow, this is really getting off to a terrible start. Look at all that gold I'm missing, and all the bats I'm not getting hit by. That's good. See how I'm moving very gradually to the left? Did you notice that? Yeah. Well, we passed by a lot of gold. I'm gonna go back and get it, and nah, I'll just get this one here and be happy about it. And you get 5,000 points for getting a gold. I think you get 20,000 for rescuing your niece. The diamond is worth a lot, which makes sense because it's really hard to find. It's in a very obscure place. Oh, that would require some timing right there. Oh yeah. Frogs are really tricky to get by. They require really specific timing. You gotta sneak past them. You have to be brave, because if you suddenly hesitate, then you are lost. And there's water down here, but we really don't want to go into it. This is basically punishment water. If you end up in this water, it means you went too far. Maybe you fell, I don't know. But yeah, you don't really want to be in it. Because if you do, then you have to go all the way back here to this screen to get out of the water, I do believe. And the scorpions, you also have to be brave, because you really have to get as close as possible to them to jump. And here we are, the 3rd checkpoint. We're now in Section 3 of the game. And here comes something. Yeah, here it comes. Your jump is high now, so you can get this... Oh, man, I missed it. But yeah, to make progress here, you need to catch a ride on a balloon. Oh, come on, really, Duck? Come on. Oh, come on, really? Maybe if I move to a different place. There's some really cool music here when I get it. Oh, yeah. It's a very famous tune. I'm not saying it's famous because of this game, but a lot of people recognize it. Most people probably don't know. It's called Over the Waves. And it's technically a waltz. I believe it is Spanish in origin. We're almost at the top. We're going to go all the way to the top. And there she is. There's our niece, Rhonda. Or Rhoda. I forget. Rhonda, Rhoda, one of the two. But anyway, we rescue her by touching her, and we get 10,000 points for that. Cool. And now, we're in Section 4 of the game. Beautiful. Now, there's a certain point where we're going to have to make a blind jump to find the diamond. Is this it here? No, it's not. You want to keep going down. And see, that guy follows you as soon as he can see you. So if you're above a pit, look at that, look at that. He goes nuts. He's an insane scorpion. And I'm also watching out for that bat on the lower screen. I know it's a... Oh, those are the condors. We'll be seeing plenty of them later, don't you worry. Oh, gold. Perfect. I think I may have gone way too far. Yeah, I think so. In fact... Well, I'm getting some gold out of it anyway. Points equals better than, right? I don't even know what that means. Oh dear. Yep. And whoa, don't want to keep going because we'll end up in the punishment water. And then I'll have to go all the way back to the right. We'll even have to do the balloon sequence again. If that happened, I would honestly probably just swim right into one of those electric eels and suicide so I could go back up to checkpoint number 4. Yeah, we want to get to a frog. Well, we want to get below a frog, if memory serves. I remember I found this as a young child just by literally doing a blind random jump. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. Okay, Scorpion. I don't know if I'm in the right place. Yeah, this is it. Leap of faith! Yeah. And here it is, the Mirage Diamond. And that shoots your score up to 20,000. Beautiful. Now we can just fall. So you notice how he's falling now and his legs are kind of out? But then at the last second they went in. So if you fall, if you hit the ground when your legs are spread like that, you don't take falling damage. But anyway, that's checkpoint number 5. Now it's pretty much just a straight shot back to the beginning. You know, we've gone down deep into these ruins, and now we're climbing out of them. But we're going to climb out of them a different way than we went in. Because if you'll recall, we went past several different points of no return. So now we have to go out a different way. And thankfully, this different way will lead us to our pet tiger, Quickclaw. And when we collect him, we will have beaten the game. Officially, it actually ends. You'll see if I get there. You gotta have good timing for those bats. They go up and down, up and down. The condors, you also have to have good timing for. Down. You have to watch out for their wings, too, because if their wings quickly, you do take damage. And of course, damage equals death equals. Go back to the checkpoint, do all this again. Fun, fun for everyone. Fun, fun on a bun. I thought I saw some gold over here. Gold! Gold! I am a prospector! Except not. I might actually break 100,000 on this run. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Is there gold over there, too? Let's check it out. No, there's not. It's just a dead end with a fuck you, Condor. Getting pretty close to the final checkpoint, also. Take that bat out and run, 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 run! Down, and up. There we go. Keep climbing, Pitfall Harry. Oop. Another condor. Oh! Bollocks. We get to do all of that again. But at least look at that, at least as the crow flies back to the checkpoint wasn't too far, so we didn't lose all that much precious, precious money. Ah, dear. Well, let's try that again, this time with feeling! I don't even know what that means in this case. God, I'm sweating like a beast here, but I turned off my fan because it was making too much noise. Yeah, I can do noise reduction against the fan, but sometimes that screws things up a little. I suffer for my art. I suffer for my fans. Oh, fuck. I fuck for my fans. You know what? No, I'm not even going to say that yet. Never mind. I'm not even going to say that yet. If it comes down to it, I'll say it. But it hasn't come down to it yet. I'm running because I'm scared. Up, down, up. He can't duck, just so you know. It's not like, you know, he's been able to duck all this time and I just never got around to it. You know, I feel really lousy when I die to a bat. Because they're much... Ah! Fucking balls cockers! Ass-cocking nigger faggots. Of the high seas. I don't even remember what I was saying, and my wallpaper just changed right as I died. Unfortunately, it changed after I died, so I can't blame it. I can't take the wallpaper change as the blame. Come on. Oh, man. God, this wallpaper's weird. Elephants. Other stuff. There we go. Keep climbing. That's all we can do. Climb we must. Ah, yes. We're getting there, Quickclaw. We'll rescue you, don't you worry. And there's something else we can see, too. A nice little surprise. Well, not a surprise, but something you may not have expected. Remember that we couldn't get to Quick Claw the easy way because that little bastard raccoon or whatever the hell he was just kept, you know, ramming us out? Well, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, that's all I gotta say. We might be able to take him from behind, if you know what I mean. Well, if you don't know what I mean, you'll see what I mean. Ooh, gold. Yes! Haha! Okay, I'm certainly not going to break 100,000 on this run, but we got some gold anyway. I'm getting close. We're almost there, Quick Claw. Yes, the 6th and final checkpoint. We are now in Section 6, the final section of this dungeon game thing, whatever. Oh, maybe I will get to 100,000, because I know you get points for rescuing Quick Claw, and you get points for something else, which I keep alluding to. We're getting there. We're getting there. And there's just one really tricky thing near the end. Because you notice how I talked about how you have to have really good timing to get past the frogs? Well, so far we've only had to deal with frogs by climbing down a ladder. Imagine having to get by a frog, but you have to climb up. Yeah, the timing gets all funky. Oh, yes. And if there's also a bat and a scorpion to deal with, yes. Difficult times ahead for Pitfall Harry. Difficult times ahead for Pitfall Harry. Sometimes I just run in fear from these... What did I call them? Condors? I guess they're condors. They kind of look like condors, don't they? Do I even know what a condor looks like? They're not falcons. They kind of look like flying turkey legs or something. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. Oh, yeah. Give him plenty of breathing room. Give you plenty of breathing room. Oh yeah, this is it. This is the final boss. This was the final boss, basically. Keep respawning that bat so I can get better timing on him. There we go. This is tricky. There he is. There's Quick Claw. That's my pet tiger. Or is it a lion? No, it's definitely a tiger. Definitely a tiger. But remember, we couldn't get there from this side? Because of that bastard? Well, now he's stopped. So now what? Now we can collect him and get points for him for some reason. Oh, yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you do go to the right, yeah, you'll end up in the water and you have to do the whole goddamn game over again, basically. So here we are. That's where we started, right up there, and now I have rescued my tiger. Yay, and now we are dancing because we have won the game. So yes, I beat Pitfall 2 The Lost Caverns with a somewhat decent score of 119,852 points. If you've never played this game, I honestly suggest you check it out if you have... Unless you, like, hate retro games. But if you hate retro games, you probably didn't watch this through to the end anyway. So that's going to wrap up this edition of the Carnival of Values. The carnival gates are closed once again, and the next time they open, I hope to see you there. I'll give you a ticket. It's free. See you around, folks, and thanks for watching. Oh, and the demo's already started. Cheers!